What's up, and welcome back to Noble Hangout. I got a good one for you today. We're we're going to be talking about the iPhone 13 Pro Max versus the iPhone 14 Pro Max. And or should you wait till next year to upgrade to the iPhone 15 Ultra? So what does the iPhone 14 Pro Max bring to the table that the iPhone 13 Pro Max don't? There are a few things. One being a better 48 megapixel camera, and the other one still having the 12 megapixel main camera. Now, discussing both iPhones, the iPhone 13 Pro Max is still rocking the notch, and the new iPhone 14 Pro Max is now gets the dynamic island that replaces the notch from last year. Now, with all the exciting improvements, battery and charging speeds pretty much stay the same on both models. So let's dive in and talk about the different things. Now with the iPhone 14 this year, we get a new A16 Bionic chip versus last year on the iPhone 13 Pro Max, still rocking the A15 Bionic chip. We get a new improved display on the iPhone 14 Pro Max when it comes to the always on display, uh, which it goes from 10 hertz down to 1 hertz. Now we get an improved display with a 1 hertz refresh rate for our new always on display. We get a new action mode stabilizer. Now this year with the iPhone 14 Pro Max, and we pretty much still get the same battery life and charging speeds as the iPhone 13 Pro Max. So nothing has really changed there. So let's look back at the iPhone 13 Pro Max getting the same 6.7 inch screen as the newer iPhone 14 Pro Max. So we're still rocking the same 6.7 inch screen on both. Now, they're saying that we might get an upgrade on screen size next year on the iPhone 15 Ultra. We might be getting bumped up to a 6.9 inch screen compared to older iPhone models. We still get the same stainless steel flat side. I just wish Apple would give us a little more customization options on future iPhones. But keep in mind that the always on display, it only drains like 5% of the battery. I mean, compared to last year on the iPhone 13 Pro Max, the battery difference is pretty much the same anyway. But with the always on display, yeah, it's gonna drain a little bit more. It's not really a noticeable difference. Now, when it comes to the iPhone 14 Pro Max, we get four great new colors, and these are silver, gold, and space black. And the one I picked is the deep purple color. Now with the iPhone 13 Pro Max, we get five variants of colors, which are gold, silver, Sierra blue, alpine green, and graphite. And Sierra blue is the color that I picked for last year's model on the iPhone 13 Pro Max. Now let's talk about what's changing in the box next year. Well, this year in the box and future unboxings, we got the Lightning to USB-C. Older models, it was USB-A to Lightning. Next year, we might get a new edition in the box to probably USB Type-C, finally coming to the iPhone 15 Ultra, or even future phones, or Apple might decide to get rid of the Lightning cable altogether and USB-C cable and not do it at all, and just go with a portless iPhone, and we'll just have to use MagSafe if they find a better way to speed up charging speeds. Now, talking about the iPhone 14 Pro Max, we get thinner borders, which makes it a little more sleek, in my opinion. And this year, compared to last year, Apple gave us something fantastic: a more extremely brighter screen. So we got more nits from the iPhone 13 to the iPhone 14 Pro Max. We went from last year on the iPhone 13 Pro Max, we went from 1200 nits to the iPhone 14 Pro Max this year having a 2000 nit peak brightness when using our phone outdoors. Now let's discuss both iPhones being Pro models. Now they both carry a 120 Hz ProMotion display with a smooth, buttery feel when scrolling. But just remember that the iPhone 14 Pro Max can drop down to 1 Hz, while the iPhone 13 Pro Max can only drop down to 10 Hz and stop, which means it can't have the newer feature, the always on display. Now, when it comes to Face ID, they turn out to have the same face recognition, so the experience is still the same. Now, this year on the iPhone 14 compared to last year's iPhone 13 Pro Max, we get a new autofocus front-facing camera. Older models don't have that feature. Now, another great new feature we get this year, a new video feature called Action Mode, which brings video stabilization while doing any sports activities or running or taking action shots. Now, if you're coming from an older iPhone to the iPhone 14 Pro Max, I wouldn't buy the iPhone 13 Pro Max. I would just go ahead and get the iPhone 14 Pro Max instead of searching around for the iPhone 13 Pro Max, because Apple discontinued the iPhone 13 Pro lineups, the Pro model and the Pro Max model. So only thing available now is the older basic 13. So I wouldn't even think twice if you decide to buy the iPhone 13 Pro Max. I would just go ahead and get the iPhone 14 Pro Max without thinking twice, because you have to remember, you're going from the notch to the dynamic island for the same price, and you still get the same size storage, which is 128 gigabytes of base storage. Or you can just go ahead and get the iPhone 14 Pro Max now and not wait till next year for the iPhone 15 Ultra. Now I'll be discussing when the iPhone 15 Ultra will be released, the date, the price, features, and some news. The expected release date looks to be coming again in September and around the 12th, and devices will be released on the following Friday, September the 22nd. Now let's talk about the price compared to the prices over the past 2 years for the Pro models. We're next year on the iPhone 15 Ultra, we're looking at a price bump at around $100 more for the iPhone 15 Ultra. And the base storage will probably start off at 256 gigabytes. And now for some more exciting news. The iPhone 15 Ultra is probably going to get its name from the new Apple Watch Ultra that came out this year. We are rumored to get an introduction to the periscope zoom with 6 times or either 10 times an ultra long throw and achieve zooming ranges similar to what Samsung and Xiaomi, I guess that's how it's XIAOMI, Xiaomi phones and other phone models, other phone manufacturers, and others that's been doing it for years and years, and an 8-element main lens. And here's some more great news. We might be seeing a dual front-facing camera with no intrusions coming from the dynamic island, because we definitely have enough room now in the dynamic island, knowing that the software lets it spread out. So we have some more great exciting news. We won't have any, hopefully we won't be having any more stainless steel sides, and upgrading to a new titanium body build on the new iPhone 15 Ultra, which will make it lighter and easier to hold for long periods of time without getting hand fatigue from holding it for so long. We could see a mysterious design change, including Apple saying that we might not have any hardware buttons on the new iPhone 15 Ultra. So we'll probably have haptic sensors, just like the old iPhone 8s and 7s that used to have the home button on the front screen, similar to that. Now let's go over this concept design I've created. 1. New camera layout. 2. Periscope lens. 3. New haptic touch on the power button. 4. New haptic touch on the volume buttons. 5. New 2.0 USB Type-C charging port. And number 6, the new dual front facing cameras. So like I said, this is just a concept. We don't actually know what the iPhone 15 Ultra design change will look like. Hope that y'all find it interesting, and let's get back on with the video. And we're not sure yet if Apple will decide to remove the silent switch on the side of the phone, or maybe they might just incorporate it into the software as a on and off toggle. And they'll probably make it easily accessible like they did with the AirPods Pros and the AirPods Pro 2s, where it shows when you connect to the AirPods, it shows it at the top of the settings. We might also see an increase in screen size on the new iPhone 15 Ultra from a 6.7-inch screen like we have on the older iPhone models, even the iPhone 14 Pro Max, and we might be getting an upgraded screen to a 6.9-inch screen, which will be an incredible viewing experience when watching videos or doing other things that you like when you need a bigger screen to view content. Now I'm looking to see a major design change on the iPhone 15 Ultra, since we're going to be looking at USB Type-C coming, hopefully. They'll probably go to MagSafe or even a portless iPhone, or we might just get USB Type-C charging port. I'm also looking forward to seeing a change coming, including a newer control panel. I'm looking to see a new design change, like a newer control panel layout. I'm also looking forward to seeing more customization to the overall icon design on the iPhones, including dark mode, bringing dark mode icons, and a new app library redesign, including to be able to add folders and the option like on iPads, be able to add the app library to the iPhone dock instead of having to scroll through screens to get to the app library. More customization to the overall icon design, including having dark mode with dark mode icons, like you see presented here. Don't that look great? Well, thank y'all so much for watching. I'll see y'all in the next one. I'm out. Peace.